Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Now, the last time we were here, we managed to create a routing system, but we were not exactly done because there was one thing left, and let's fix that. So the one thing that's left is if you open the routes page, there are these variables here that we put, and inside here what I want is to have these variables show up ready to use inside the router system here. So inside run function is where everything happens in the router class. So down here I want to have params before I require the file. I want to have those guys inside an array. So what I'll do is, because I want to add more lines here, I'm going to put curly braces like so around this part. Let me move here through. All right, so before we require the file, I need to have an array. So let's call this an array called params here. Okay, that way I can use it down here if I want inside this controller file. Okay, now in order to see things, because I want to echo this thing here, let's create a function called dd like that. Let's add our params in there because I want to see what params. Actually, maybe instead of that, let's go to functions itself, functions page, and let's make function dd. All right, so this function returns nothing, but I just wanted to print out some stuff. So this one is going to be like a mixed value of data, and I'm going to have a boolean as well called stop or kill, I don't know, whichever you prefer. Stop is equal to false, so it will start with false for now. This should be a comma. All right, so here we're going to say if stop is active, then let's run die like that. We kill the script, and otherwise I just want to do a print readable of whatever data we've been supplied. However, I want it inside pre-tags, so let me put the closing pre-tag here, duplicate that, and let me remove the, something like that. So all we're doing is echoing the data inside pre-tags like so. Great. So if I go back to router, now in other frameworks, this functions.php file would be called helper functions. I think that's what it should be called, but so you can change that to helpers instead of functions if you want to be PC or something. Anyway, so at this point what I want to do is there's this part where we're matching the path URL itself, the path in the URL, to see if it actually matches with our current pattern here. So I could add an extra variable where it's going to put the matches that it finds. So here I'm going to say matches like that, but because we're going to have two matches, this one will contain the actual variable. So I'm just going to call it var matches like that. Alrighty then. So here at this point, I want to echo var matches like that. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and see what that will contain. So if I refresh my page, on the home page, because there are no variables this side, it contains nothing. So, which is great, I guess. Let's try the variable when there is something like profile. Okay, so that page not found is because in our routes, we don't actually have such a thing where it's just profile. There's always an ID at the end. So let me try and use this delete version because it's got two of these guys. So, but first let's start with the one with one variable, and you see what it the result it has. It does have our variable here, which is what we want. We don't want this because this is just the URL in there, which it's matching always as the first item. So let's try the delete version, which has two variables. And as you can see, again, the first item is just the URL that is matched, but we just want these two guys. So I'm going to make sure I remove the first item all the time. So what I'm going to do is go back to router, and before this point, this is where var matches is created. So what I'm going to do is immediately I'll do what is known as array shift. There's array shift and array unshift, right? So array shift, what it does is it gives you the first item in the array and removes it from the array. So you can do something like this and say var is equal to then array shift and the array you're in question. So what will happen here is that this item will contain whatever the first item of the array was, but then now in the actual array it will be removed. Now, since I just want to remove the first item in the array, I can just do this. Now, you don't have to use array shift. You can say unset. I think the only problem with unset is it's not going to remove the 0. I think these remain as 1 and 2. But what I want is to remove this guy so that this one becomes the 0 or first item. So once I just do that, this should work. And there we go. So we have just the variables themselves, which is great. Now, what I want is the keys at this point, because I want to mix the variables with the keys. I don't want to use these keys because this I can just send it inside params as it is, because it does indeed contain the parameters in the URL at position 0 and 1. So if you want to use that kind of system, no problem. All you have to do now is say params is equal to var matches. Then you are home and dry. So, but we want the keys as well. I want to see these guys, the text here like cat and ID be part of, so that I don't have to struggle in case I change the URL in the future. I can still get cat to work as cat variable, even though I move it to another position. So what we'll do in this case is, let's do another preg match here, around about here. Now I want to do this preg match on the route that comes from the routes page here, on this one right there. So this is the matching that we're supposed to do. So let's create the pattern here. So I'm going to press Ctrl F for search, and I want it to match these variables here, and only those, not this text or that, just these variables here that are inside curly braces. So the first thing obviously we'll do is put a slash, open bracket, a curly bracket like that. Now the reason I put a slash is to tell it that this is, just treat this as an actual string and not as a control character or something. And then I'm going to do w /w like that for any word. If I put a plus, then it's going to match a word of any length. So this word includes numbers and letters, but I want to include a dash as well, the dash like so. Now if I do that, it will think I'm trying to match it exactly like that. So I'm going to put square brackets around this w, the /w, to say you can match either the slash or the word like that, so that in case I had a slash, I'm going to show you that in a moment. Let me put the plus first, so that if something had like my ID like so, my dash ID, it will still be matched as well. And let me do the last part, is the closing bracket. So we want to treat it as a string as well, a character. So I put the slash like that. So let's grab this pattern here, copy that, oopsie, and go to routes and use a system here to match. So once we've matched in here, I'm going to run a function called preg match, just like this one here. like so. And this time I have this pattern here. I'm going to put 2 hashes to put the pattern in between. I'll paste it like that. And then comma, what are we matching? We are matching from the route variable path, like that. So the path that is coming from the list of routes which we matched. And then here I'm going to do key matches like that, because this one I expect it to have the keys instead of values. So here I'll duplicate this one, the DD, and do key matches, because I want to see what's inside both the key matches and the var matches. So hopefully this, I haven't lost you yet here. But let's go back here. So one array is getting the values from the URL. The other array is getting the values from the route itself to use as the keys to those values we're getting in the URL. So let's refresh. And there we go. We have cat at least. So let me use preg match all, because this single preg match will just look for the very first match. So let's use preg match all like that. That's another function, but this one keeps going even though it finds one result. So if I refresh, this is what it does. So it has cat and ID. However, I wanted to also remove these brackets. It should match this version plus just match the content inside those brackets. So what I'll do is, in my pattern here, I'm going to group these things. So let me go back to where we're designing the pattern. And right after the opening curly brace, I'm going to put a bracket and then go all the way after the plus and put another bracket like that. Now, you may not see it here, but it's actually matching just the text inside these braces as well. So it may not be apparent here, but you will see it once I do this. Go back to router here, and inside the hashes again, I will paste my guy there. And let's see what difference it makes this time. So if I now refresh, you get even the clean versions of these guys. Now I always want the ones in the first, in this key number 1 and not number 0. So let's test this on another URL just to be sure that we're getting what we want. So I'm going to do edit with /a number. And there we go. So we're still getting the ID with braces and ID without braces and one variable there. So I just want the results from this one. So I'm going to go here and say DD key matches 1, just the one inside that thing. So I'm going to do refresh. Okay, now let me undo this for a sec. I just want to make sure that this is always there. So I'm going to go to the home page and see what we get. Okay, so this will always be there, 1, 0, and 1. So there's no problem in referencing it. You should always check for that. That way, in case it's not always there, you can check if it exists before trying to get data from it. But now it's always there. So now I have just selected it directly. Now, if I go back to profile, delete, and then some variable, maybe 33 and 59, something like that, this is what I get now. So I get the key and its value, and another key and its value. Okay, great. So in this situation, I want to combine these arrays and make this one the keys, this one the array, the values. So there's an array function which you can do that with, and it's called what is it called? It's been a while, because once I make these things, you only have to make these once, and then you copy this router to every single project. So sometimes I forget. I think it's array combine. Yeah. There we go. Yep, exactly. Keys and values. So where do the keys come from? The keys will come from this right here. And where do the values come from? This one here. All right. Now we're going to put this combination inside params. So I'm going to grab params here and put it like so. So I don't have to initiate it here, like that. Now I can do dd params to check what's inside params. And let's get this straight. And there we go. Exactly what we want, an array with key value pairs that match over here. So as you can see, it has correctly set 33 as the cat and 59 as the ID, just like you would want from your routes here. The first one is cat, the second one, oh wait a second, it's supposed to be my ID, right? Okay. Oh, I didn't save this. Let me save this, the version with my ID. Oh, there we go. Okay, I was getting worried there for a sec, but there it is, my ID, ID. So let me delete that. So that way, if you swap these guys, for example, I put ID here and then put cat over here, it won't matter because it will just swap them around like so. Alrighty guys, hopefully you have learned something from that. Our router is kinda complete, but we're going to move on from the router because the next thing we'll be adding to the router is middleware, but we don't need to add that just yet. So we're going to move on in the next video to some other stuff, which is, I think, adding oh, let me remove this params here, which is adding pages now, the view files. So hopefully you've learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.